Hello everybody and welcome back to our little farming adventure. Now you'll see a lot of white wool placed out in a few areas. You also see a lot has been done. There's quite a lot less trees around. I went ahead and just went ham on terraforming the other day. As I got farther and farther back, I discovered that back here is really bad when it comes to terraforming. There's a lot of areas I've got to like cut down. I've got to level everything out. There's a few holes in places. Like here is a giant cave that I'm going to have to cover up. But I did get the area set up for our next two big projects, which is Candlelight right here and Bakery, which is right there and right here. You also notice that this entire area seems a bit different, maybe if you were paying attention in the last few videos. But first of all, I leveled this out like I said I was going to, but now this is only a 2-step down, and it's only a 1-step down from here, whereas this was a 3-step beforehand. Essentially, all I did was raise this up one more block. I want to continue this all the way around and just essentially raise up this entire valley. It goes like kind of over here somewhere, but I want to raise up this entire valley. I think it's actually right here, but I want to raise up this entire valley and just essentially make this like a giant field for bakery. But I needed to go grab more dirt and stuff like that, so I had to go caving for a while, and then I got distracted and all that. So yeah, that was a whole thing. But I did get back here and set up for our Candlelight episode, which is going to have a little bit of the pergola right here. I'm going to kind of copy the tier design we have over here, where I use the beams instead. And then I think I'm going to cover it. I think I'm going to take like a little hint from myself from Better Minecraft and cover it in like the stackable campfire things that we have, and then some leaves just to make it look aesthetic. But for right now, this is probably the last of the building projects I'm going to do. I have a building back there and a building right here I need to get done. Now, this is going to be the main kitchen / dining area for Candlelight. I think the kitchen's going to sit mainly back here because this is going to be the back door going down into the 2 farms that are going to be back here. And then this is going to step down into a vinery area. Yes, you heard me right. There's going to be a little bit of a vinery area because we do need some wines in order to do Candlelight. So I put in a little area right here. And then this building right here is going to have some of that stuff in here. It's also just going to be in general. I think we actually do have a winery villager I can shove in this building. But it's going to have like just one copy of everything I need for vinery. Like I said, the main building for vinery is going to be all the way back there. Just this is temporary to help me with Candlelight. So my main first goal is to get this building and this building set up and ready to go. I have a whole bunch of stuff in my inventory. Hopefully this is enough. I don't think it is, but I'm hoping. Also, the front part of this building is going to be a little bit of a greenhouse. I'm going to be like just shoving some flowers and stuff in here. It's just going to be like a, basically a flower garden. It's going to be aesthetic. It's not going to actually have anything in it. Just, it's a main thing to a lot of my buildings around here have these little greenhouses attached to them. So I just feel like it kind of needs to be here. All the buildings that I've made more recently after I made, well, actually my first buildings had those too because they had docks attached to them. So all the buildings kind of have like the necessary thing attached to them. Especially my storage building that you can see back there. Sorry, pollen season's starting to get to me. I have to take a sip of something or else I'm going to die over here. But also, another thing that I need to kind of catch you guys up on. I've had to stop some of the trees from growing. Because I am very much full up on wood. I'm about to have to stop those too. I think jungle's the only one where I've got some space for it. But this is all the different types of woods I have. And that is literally the 2 double chests I have set aside for them. Oak is all the way down to here. Swamp oak has started to spill over into this one. And jungle is about to fill up its first double chest and go into this one. So I'm literally running out of storage room for them. Also, I did go mining in between episodes. You can see how much I have in my stuff. But I mainly just went mining for cobblestone, and that's how much I managed to pull out. Also went and got some calcite. Just because I know for some of the handcrafted counters and stuff like that, we're gonna need that. So I think we should actually probably look at candlelight now. Okay, I need some lanterns to put inside the building. But that is that building. It is freaking massive. I didn't originally plan on it being this big, I'll be honest. I originally planned on it being actually kind of on the smaller side. I didn't want any of these like mod specific buildings to be this big. But upon looking at the interior and not really knowing how to work with it, because it's supposed to be, Candlelight's supposed to be a restaurant. Like really fancy, upscale type of restaurant. So the interior wasn't really reflecting that when it was just this bottom floor. And then I put in this wall for like some little private dining. And then this I'm going to turn into like a little 2 tables with 2 seats on them that just have windows all around them. Maybe a bit of dining in the center here, and then a whole nother dining room upstairs. And then this is going to end up being a bit of like a cooler. And then the kitchen's going to sit right here in between these 2 pillars. And then this is going to go out to the gardens. I knew where I wanted the kitchen to be because I wanted this to flow down into the garden specifically so they can come out here and harvest the stuff they need. And if they need a wine, they can just run down here. And this lower area is actually going to have just a straight opening into the building. And then upstairs is going to be where the villagers are, and there's going to be a staircase around this side of the building. Going actually upstairs. Just kind of like how I have that one where the staircase is on the exterior of the building. Because the building's interior downstairs is so small. I feel like it's just going to help with the look of this area. Slowly I'm starting to take over this area. This area is going to end up being floorboards with fence posts in between it as well. Because this is going to be like a little outdoor dining area. And then there's going to be like a small little like garden view over here. With like maybe some benches, some trees surrounding this area. Just so they don't completely have the ability to walk into the garden. But they can see it from when they're standing over here. And maybe have a little bit more like outdoor seating just kind of around out here. And then this is where our sign is going to end up going. Whenever we get that banner, it's going to end up going here. Or at least the first one, one of the 2 that we're supposed to get is going to go right here. And then we're going to have another pathway that's going to go around the back of here. And there's going to be another garden aspect back here. What is this? Oh, strawberry. So there's going to be some trees and stuff. And then there's going to be some pallets of stuff just sitting back here. I'm going to have a little bit of stone. You know, I put all that grass back in because I grew this over. Now I'm just tearing it all back down again. But since this is like a giant storeroom, I'm thinking about taking out these botany pots right here. I'm going to replace the cactus and put it back over on that side. Since I don't need all of these trees over here anymore, I'm going to take all of these out, change this into a doorway, and then have this area as a walk back into this giant storeroom. Right now I'm just using this window as just a walk around. Because these windows do open up and you're allowed to walk through them. Some of them are bugged. Or like not opening correctly, but it works for right now at least. So I'm going to quickly make the modifications to this building, and then I'm going to get started on the secondary building over there. Oh shoot, I just kind of started working over here. This is the finished building. This is going to be our small vinery building. Down here is going to be like decorative stuff where they would come grab the bottles and bring them up to the restaurant that's going to be up there. I I'm working on like the pergola area that I wanted for outdoor dining. Mainly this episode is getting the big builds and the stuff I need in order to finish the mod up. So I'm going to get this done, and then I'm going to throw in some gardens. They're not going to be the fully finished decorated gardens. They're not going to be fully finished. I'm going to finish them in between episodes, as well as probably do a bit of a decorative thing in between episodes. We may save that for the next episode. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling between now and when I record the next episode. But I am going ahead and putting this in. I do have all the floorboards in. I've figured out the fences. I am going to be using mainly oak wood for this. I'm going to touch in some stone just to kind of make everything feel a bit better. Okay, and there we go. The pergola is done. I did try going with the extremely overgrown feel, because I didn't want to use too many of these. And I wanted to feel kind of whimsical, because this is supposed to be more of like a romantic restaurant type of thing. Now, I'm going to run around real quick and set up a few of the farms with the items I need. Okay, now these are going to be little temp farms. These aren't going to be like little... These aren't going to be massive things, but I am going to kind of space them out properly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, and then that's going to leave space for leaves back there. Okay, and there we go. And this is going to be modified slightly. There is going to be a pathway going through here. Probably want to add another bit of a garden over here. So another patch of these going over here. Probably a tiny patch right along this wall, or maybe even expand this wall back a little bit and put the crimson over here as well. Because I kind of just want a patch for every single one of them. The red grapes is just going to continue down this way. This is just to get it to where I have the stuff in order to do all these things. Now, while all of this is growing up, I want to quickly make the stuff I need in order to get started with candlelight. Okay, there's also one crop that I just blatantly haven't grown, and that's beetroot. Probably just gonna set it to grow in the old cactus thing, because cactus isn't on anymore. I filled up almost this entire barrel, so I decided to go ahead and stop making it. Okay, now kitchen. I'm gonna do this, sink in the center. Oh, that's funky looking. Oh well. And then I was going to put some 3, 1, 2, 3, and have just a walkway in the center so that people can get back here. Maybe stick some in here. Maybe like a barrel or something down there at the end. There we go, and then I do have a cooking pot. And then a pan. Okay, and those are all advancements. Oh, okay. So some of the stuff you need pan for, some of the stuff you need pot for. Got it. Okay, I thought I was going to have them all in my inventory, but apparently not. That is every single dish from Candlelight. Holy bejesus. Okay, well, we got our banners. Grants fire resistance. Okay. I'm going to place one there. And there we go. Anyway, that officially finishes Candlelight. Now, of course, I am going to go back through and next episode kind of polish this off, and then episode after that we're gonna be working on bakery. And bakery I'm going to do the same way. I'm going to go fully through the mod in one episode while building up the major buildings, and then come in and decorate it in the next episode. And then vinery and brewery are going to take a second, because those things need massive fields and stuff. As far as decoratively wise, they need massive fields, because breweries and vineries, they need a whole lot of field well, kind of, not really. Breweries, I think, need less field space outside of them. I think breweries and the fields that create their products are like typically separate, but wineries are typically in the middle of a huge vineyard. And that's kind of my idea for both of them. Just kind of do both of them that way. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.